What's up, everybody? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with the review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 1, Episode 10 or 11. I think it's 11. So before I get started, I know everybody wants me to do a video on the Ferguson situation, the whole thing with Darren Wilson not being indicted. Yeah, I don't think that I thought he was going to get indicted. As a matter of fact, I almost knew for a fact that he wasn't. Yeah, it's just frustrating. I'm not going to do a video about it. I already did a video about it. And I'm just, it's just disheartening to see everything that's going on the TV. Ferguson definitely has some issues on their own. And they've got to make some changes, definitely, with their legislation, their laws. But yet and still, it's just really sad to see all the looting, all the rioting. I lived through a riot in LA, and it's just never good. It tears up your community. Your community stays torn up for a long time. Nobody's rushing to fix anything in a poor neighborhood. So while everybody is upset and the rage is real, and I understand that, when it's all said and done, you just gonna be living in a whole bunch of old burnt up, it's just, the whole thing is just a mess. Everything is a mess. I don't feel like doing no video about it, and I'm not, so don't keep asking me in the comments. There's plenty of other people that are doing them, and you guys can watch theirs. But yeah, I just, before I get started on, on my video, I just wanted to just, yeah, I feel bad for Mike Brown's parents, and yeah, that's it, you guys. So anyway, let's get to the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood review. Okay, we gonna do this, y'all. You know why? Because it's nonstop November. 5 days ago, y'all. I promise you, I'm about ready for it to be done. Okay, running out of steam. Don't even feel like doing no impersonations and all that. So I don't know how this is gonna go, but we definitely gonna get through it, you guys. So let's get to it, shall we? Nia and Soulja Boy, yeah. Just what happened on the show. She's upset that, he wasn't there for her when she had her miscarriage. Now, Soulja Boy was in Brazil, and she just wanted him to put everything on the back burner because of her medical issue, and he couldn't do that, okay? She's all frustrated and saying how, she's just about over it, even though it's been 8 years, and that they need a break. I was just like, you guys been apart from each other for 3 weeks. You don't need no break. You need to be done, okay? But she also kind of strikes me as somebody that's like extra needy and, always wanting his full attention, and he's not going to give it to her. So I'm just, I'm tired of it. He comes back. They get into an argument over the fact that she was saying that he wasn't trying to be there for her. And he blocks her on social media. He was just like, yeah, I know I probably shouldn't have did that. But, the shit that she was saying to me made me mad. And, I just didn't feel like hearing it no more. So they finally sit down and talk. And she's telling him how, she just feels like he wasn't there. And he was just like, the shit that you were saying, of course I cared. It was nothing I could do. I wasn't here. And she knows that she didn't need to have no baby with him. And he definitely knows that he don't need to have no baby. So I just... yeah, y'all, Soulja Boy, and that's it. Now, April's upset because her talk that she had with her mother didn't go the way she wanted it to. And I already told you guys last week, it wasn't going to go good with all that yelling and screaming in front of them cameras. Okay, that mama was not fixing to say nothing. Omarion was just like, listen, it's obvious your mom is still going through. Okay, and she's trying to come to terms on some shit. She can't come to terms and be telling you nothing if she ain't even there yet. That was good of him to give her some, get her out of her own way so she can kind of see the big picture, like I said, and he was just like, the question is, are you willing to wait until, your mom, is able to deal with whatever she has to do, and then she can come to you? I mean, how long are you willing to wait? And April was just like, well, I have no choice. I'm definitely going to have to just wait. And he was just like, okay, well then, you know what, relax. Ain't nothing else nobody can do about it. Yeah, I thought that was a cool conversation. Them two seem to have a really good relationship. I definitely believe that these two are together. I mean, we know that they are. But I like them too, and I thought that was a really good conversation, and he keeps her, pretty level. You guys, Hazel. You know, Hazel's going through her whole, I'm gonna make it without Berg. I don't need him and his music. I used to be a really hot publicist, and I know a lot of people. My kid's calling. And so, yeah, I don't need Berg at all. I got other producers that I can work with. So she's in the studio and she's talking to one of her producers. And Hazel, she telling him all her business. That's all she does is just tell anybody who will listen about the bullshit that she's gone through with Berg and Masika and Tierra. He was just like, look, I ain't got time to be Dr. Phil for you. Okay, I don't even really care about any of that other stuff. Okay, we need to make this wet, like Stevie J said. You need to stop worrying yourself about Berg. You need to not ever talk to Masika no more. As far as TT is concerned, at least she was once your friend. So, maybe you can work that out. But everything else, you need to let that shit go. Okay? You need to concentrate on your damn career. Ain't that what everybody's been telling her? So, Hazel, she's her own hype man. I was like, fuck, you gonna be on that. She just be jumping and, everything is like this. And I was just like, how old is Hazel, you guys? I don't know what's wrong with Hazel, but he seems to get her a little bit more focused. At least so we think during this scene, okay? He was just like, we gonna make this music. We gonna make this money. We ain't gonna give a fuck about Berg and Masika, okay? So, yeah, that's what he tells her. Now, I guess she decides that he was right in the things that he told her. So, she sets up a meeting with Tierra. Okay, they meet in some park. And y'all, I was riding with Hazel. I was feeling good for her. She's sitting down with Tierra and she's going to finally have this heart-to-heart and tell her how she felt. She finally admitted that, maybe her and Berg's relationship was not what she thought it was. Tierra was just like, it wasn't nothing. Okay. And you just didn't want to listen to me. I always felt like Tierra wasn't necessarily lying, that she just could have maybe said it a little bit nicer. It looks like Hazel has finally come to the point where she realizes that it ain't what she thought it was. Okay. I was riding with her, y'all. Tierra got her to realize that Berg was using Tierra's name to get her upset. All of this was going good, and then Hazel gonna say, I just don't want you to do the song with Berg. And Tierra was like, what? That is absolutely absurd. You want me to cut this record that I'm working with Berg and something that might potentially put me back in the whole game of music and all, because you feeling some kind of way about me working with him? And that's the limitation. That's the ultimatum that you putting on our friendship. You think that I'm supposed to, because you don't want me to do it, that I'm supposed to just drop what I'm doing over here? Absolutely not. Okay. And if you think that I'm about to do it, then honey, babe, we ain't gonna be friends. Okay. And Tierra just walks off, and I was just like, see, Hazel, what the hell is wrong with her? Does she really think that that's how business operates? It just didn't make no sense to me. And that's why I was just like, yeah, Hazel, she makes it so hard to try to like her. She ain't got no damn sense, y'all. Now, this shit with Fizz and Nikki, I'm not even gonna talk about it. I ain't even going there, you guys, because it was some bullshit. Okay, it was something Mona came up with to try to, get another little quick storyline in there. I was just like, yeah, these two don't. Who puts Nikki and Fizz together? His old scrawny self, her old big old titties, big old ass, big old hair, big old eyes, big old lips. She too fucking big for him. She did kill that poor boy. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I'm not buying it. I know they tried to say Tierra was, trying to set them up because they both having their relationship problems or all, but I was just like, this is stupid. Just seeing them on screen together. Okay, him looking down. The whole time they talking, he looking at her titties. So yeah, we not even gonna talk about that today. Now, as far as the shit with Moniece though, I think that Fizz has probably gotten to the point where he's had enough. Now, I know that people have been saying, including myself, I was starting to feel like, maybe Moniece was misrepresented on this show. Okay, and that they tried to make maybe Moniece look a little worse than she really was. Because you guys know she was in blogs. I remember when she did the article about, they just make her look worse and that she always has her son and all of that. I was starting to believe it a little bit. Okay, and Fizz had just had enough and went off on her. And something about the way that he went off on her when they were talking totally made me believe him. He was just like, look, Okay, you know good and damn well you lying. I ain't never put my hands on you. I've never kept you from our son. You just acting like a fucking victim, okay? And you trying to make me look bad. You making your own self look bad, and you dragging our damn son in the middle of this. But I'm not even gonna go there with you, Moniece, because you know, and I know, and God knows what the truth is. And when you say stuff like that, and the other person ain't got no other comeback other than, you know, whatever the hell Moniece was talking about. She never really had a for real comeback. All she kept saying was, you know, that she made him mad from the things that she said, and she was telling her truth, and that he wasn't picking up the slack when she couldn't do something. I was just like, what is wrong with this girl? You know, she never really takes responsibility for her part of it. Okay? Yes. Like I always say, you know, parents do the best they can. Sometimes we fucked up. Okay, sometimes we fuck it up. Okay? But you need to just be able to admit, yeah, I fucked it up, but I'm willing to try to make it work now. Okay? And Moniece's thing is always just like, well, I couldn't do it. You know, it's always some fucking story. You know, she's sitting there talking to her cousin, and, you know, now she's trying to get her singing career back together, okay? Because, you know, she had this singer career before, and she had this record deal, and then the record deal fell through. And then she had to move home with her parents, okay? And she couldn't keep the baby, okay? And then she moved out, and then she was with this guy. Supposedly it was a you know, just platonic friendship, but she moved out with him, and that didn't work out, and the baby wasn't safe living there, so Fizz had to, you know, it's just always a series of stories and excuses. It just starts to sound like excuses after a while, okay? Yeah, I know shit happens, but I'm gonna need you to make better decisions, okay? How many times do shit have to happen? And then we supposed to keep on saying, oh, Moniece, you know, she just had a string of bad luck. Okay, no, that's not how it's gonna be. Okay, so we're not going to just jump on Moniece's side because, you know, she's the struggling mama that just can't get her break. Okay, it's time to dig your fucking heels in and become a parent. Okay, it's time to sacrifice and give up some things for your children. You know, you trying to slang these damn hot dicks and whatever, and then that fell through. Okay, the investors didn't work. It's just like always one thing and something else. This ain't work. I'm going to try this. Okay, and the whole time, you ain't got your fucking baby. Okay, motherfucker, go take your ass to Target and get a job. Okay, maybe you need to, you know, go up the ranks. Get you a management position there. Okay, but stop doing all this other extra. Because the shit ain't working out. In the meantime, you don't have your child. Okay, Fizz has the baby. Okay, she's on this show. She's trying to make him look worse. You know, every time. Yeah. Okay, all that to be said, I'm believing Fizz again. Okay, now, the thing with Fizz and Moniece is these two still care about each other. I think we know that now. So that's why I'm just saying, like, if she could just get out of this mode of always having some sort of excuse and just saying, you know what, my priorities was fucked up before. I wasn't quite ready. Okay, but I'm ready to get it right now. That's all she got to do. But I'm tired of the excuses. I can't take it no more. No. I'm back on Fizz's side. You know, I was wavering a little bit, but yeah. I'm sorry, Moniece. I need you to get it together. And lastly, you guys, Ray J. He goes to talk to Brandy because Brandy is the only person that has his back 100% of the time. Okay, and you know Ray J is having it. He's having women problems. So he sits down with Brandy, and Brandy is just like, look, I'm going to tell you straight up. The problem is you. Okay, it's your decisions. It's your, you always put yourself in circumstances and environments where you get yourself in trouble. Okay, so what we need to do is take responsibility for what we do. You can't keep blaming it on everybody. And Ray J doesn't seem to see it that way. Okay, he was just like, I did try to take responsibility. I tried to apologize to Tiara. You know, she wasn't really listening, trying to hear it. Okay, she come telling me I wasn't happy, and Brandy was just like, well, are you happy? I mean, do you love Princess? Are you in love with her? And he is like, yeah, I love her, and we just got to work some things out. And he tells her that, you know, he's upset about the fact that Tiara knew some shit about him and Princess, and that Morgan had told Tiara, and she was just like, why the fuck Morgan always in all your business? Ray J was just he was trying to hem and haw. She was just like, look, all these women in your life, they all talking. Okay, everybody got something to say about Ray J. Okay, they all talking to Princess, and Princess is obviously believing it. Don't trust nobody. I got the impression that Brandy probably did not like Morgan. Didn't y'all get that impression as well? But whatever. She was just like, all I'm telling you right now is that this shit is gonna blow up in your face. Okay, y'all talking, it's gonna blow up into some big old public spectacle, and that's exactly what happened. Because we saw when Morgan and Princess was going back and forth in the blogs and posting tweets about all this shit. So later on, he decides that, you know, he needs to talk to Princess, okay? Just so that they can get themselves on the same page. I gotta feel comfortable in my own home without feeling like shit's about to blow up. So he has this romantical dinner all set up, you guys, by the pool. As soon as I saw where they had that damn table, I was like, somebody going in that pool. They had to know that somebody was gonna go in there, okay? Fuck you, 9 inches away from the ledge. They sit down at the table, and you start, you know, it starts off nice enough, okay? He's telling her how, you know, that they go through their ups and downs, but at the end of the day, you know, they go to sleep and it's them two, and the next day they forgive each other and they move on, but they can't move on if you gonna be telling everybody what the fuck is going on in this house. He gets her to kind of agree that the shit that happened at the party when she was talking about the coochie cream wasn't right. And he tells her that when he had talked to Tierra to apologize to her about that, Morgan had then told Tierra all this shit that only them two should know. So now you know. You can see the real subtle switch in her expression. So the defenses go up. Okay, and she was just like, well, I thought Morgan was family. Okay, you the one brought her around us. You the one that got her son in here. You made me trust her. I don't give a fuck if Morgan is my goddamn cousin. Alright? That don't mean that you're supposed to tell all our shit. And that definitely don't mean that you supposed to be trying to get fixed up with some fucking ball player. Princess, yeah, she did the old Jedi mind trick that usually men do on women, okay? She tried to switch that shit up and do it on him. She was gonna out-mad him. So you know Ray J, he trying to put down the law. Me and you, we gonna move on. Change our numbers. Because I don't want Morgan having our fucking numbers. I'm just like, say that, Ray J. So then he goes on to tell her that, you know, Tierra was right and that he's not happy. He has anger management issues that he needs to deal with, and, you know, maybe they just need to break up. Okay, well, this was the last straw. Now Princess is pissed, so, but she keeps it real calm, okay? So she starts throwing shit, you know, she throws a little food at him, and then she tries to throw her wine, and then he jumps up. So he's telling her, like, stop, you know. And so she's trying to struggle with him. Right on the edge of the fucking pool, okay? He's right next to it. She tries to push him, but she misses him because he just swerves on out the way like this. And then he just very so slightly nudged her, honey. That bitch went in the pool. It was so funny because it wasn't much splash. Okay, it was just like, now you see her, now you don't. You know, he was just like, sorry. And he's like, I'm out. And then he just kind of skipped to the house. I was just like, security, they come out there and they just put their arm down. And then all of a sudden, you just see her appear out the water. She just like, I'm about to fuck him up. I was like, no, bitch, you fix to get a towel. She jump on up out the water. And she come walking, you know, walking real fast to the house. And honey, Mona was at that door like, bitch, no, you don't. You ain't getting up in this motherfucker. You wet. Okay, you stupid. You fell in the water. I was just like, girl, ain't nothing more molded. Okay, scratch the neck. Here's what we used to say back in the day. You is molded for falling in that pool. Alright, you guys, so that's it. You guys remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright? Alright, so I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.